So hey there and welcome. My name's Lorna Hollinger. I am the CEO and I am the founder of the Australian Tapping Institute and the Tapping Institute, and I'm so glad that you found us here today. Now today what I want to do, I want to walk you through what our practitioner training is. It's an advanced practitioner certification in EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques, as well as an advanced certification in life coaching as well. It's a dual certification course, one course for both certifications, which is our students absolutely love, but I get lots of queries and people sort of, so what's included? I have no way with Kajabi of separating that for you. So what I thought I would do is I will walk you through in a video and I will show you the inside of everything that you get when you enroll in this course with us. So when you get into your Kajabi account, it's going to look pretty much the same as what my screen does. And I'm just going to walk you through some of the modules. So in this sort of course introduction, I start to lay out, who I am, a little bit about what the school is about. I tell you about the app that Kajabi has, because Kajabi has this great app, which means you can have it on all of your devices, your mobiles and your tablets, etc. So that's a little bit in that section. So then we'll go back to welcome to practitioner training. So this really is sort of that very fundamental start to the training with us. How to get started, what the portal is going to look like when you get in there, beginner coaching calls, the triads, assessment, mentoring, and how to get you to move forward from there. Now, as said, I know that our training is very different to everyone else, and I'm super proud of the fact that it is. I look at the amazing stuff that our graduates come out doing. I watch what our students get to do as they're going through the course and the personal transformation that they go through. So it's pretty amazing. So what I know is we do different. The beginner coaching calls, we invite you in to come to some live calls, very, very small group, couple of people, not recorded. I teach you a framework before you come to those calls, and then you come to those calls and practice, just like you would have done if you'd come along to a sort of a live training where we turn up in a room. It used to be you trained for a day or two live in a particular room, a classroom. We do it now online. So those beginner coaching calls, you come on to those after you go and learn the framework, and we replicate it there. It works really, really, really well. The other thing we do is we do what we call triads. There's some instructions here on how to run the triads. That is the small group coaching that we pop you into with 2 other students, and you work for 18 sessions together. One's coach, one's client, one's the observer. Works really, really well. You get to work on your own stuff. You get to grow and transform. You get to connect with other people, like-minded. Great connections are made in those triads. Then over the top of that, we put a mentor program. So we give you access to a mentor who will not only look at what you're doing and how you're coaching, etc., and give you some feedback and give you some support in that space. You also get to work with that person privately for a couple of sessions to clear out any stuff that's yours that you want to move through and you want to get rid of, and you want some EFT coaching for it. The 3 of us that are on that program are obviously myself and 2 others, highly trained, highly skilled, been doing this for a long time, and we can get you through some stuff fairly quickly. We talk in this about your about the assessment you got to go through. And then we talk about some helpful forms and some helpful resources that are going to help you along the way. Now, everything that you need is all on this platform. It's Kajabi. If you hear me talk about, it's in the school, this is what I'm referring to, that it's in this portal that you're looking at. Assessment and resources simply holds blank forms, blank check sheets, observer forms, things that you're going to need through the course of your training that you want to refer to and download, particularly for your own computer. Online intake training. Normally there is an intake for coaching calls and for trainings and stuff like that. Everything that we would have taught you in the lives, everything that we would have taught you in the classroom when you came live, I've merely replicated and put it into a different format. So it's now in a digital format. It's super easy for you to absorb. All the videos are, I think the longest one's 10 minutes. So when you see on the screen, there's like 360 of them. Most of them aren't compulsory, and they're only about 10 minutes long at the most. Some are 5. Just good little snippets, good little snapshot ones, good little information ones where you can take some notes and absorb them, but you don't have to sit on an hour-long call if you've only got like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before something else is happening in your life. So everything that was done in the intake, I have replicated in here, and we've just put a whole day's worth of training or the 2 days worth of training into digital format so you can access it when it suits you at a time when your brain's available, open, and you've got some space to absorb some information. Then we go into EFT Foundational Training. This is literally your level 1 EFT training. Everything that's in my standalone level 1 training has just been replicated straight across into this training. How many modules have I got? I've got 4 modules in here, and all I've done is just taken that live 1-day EFT training and completely reconstructed it into digital format, and you will find that in EFT Foundational Training is where you'll find that. Then we go into the live call recordings. Now, we meet up a couple of times a month. So we come together for a live coaching call each month and a live tapping call each month, the group calls. All of those are recorded. Now, we just pick topics that seem to suit. Sometimes I get guest presenters in, so I like to have 3, 4, 5 of them a year come in and present on those calls. Sometimes our mentors come and do some training on those calls. Other times it's me. So we come together twice a month, every month. They are all recorded. And as you'll see, there's many of them all sitting here. The other thing we do is we have live coaching calls. Now, these live coaching calls are where myself or one of the other mentors has actually coached what we refer to as a live human. So it's somebody who's had an issue, who's had something that they want to work on, that we've actually worked together in a live session in something that's real, and we've videoed it so our students can learn from it. So they can take that video, pull it apart, and basically learn from watching someone else coach another person. Right down the bottom, we also have some non-EFT calls because we do live coaching, so we kind of want to incorporate some of that. And then nextly, we also have calls where we ask the mentors. Now, the Ask the Mentor calls are for students to come along so that they can ask any questions that they might want to ask of the mentors before they get to their assessment or leading up to their assessment, or they've worked with somebody and they've got some sort of query. And we keep all of those recorded as well because the valuable information that comes from those is just fabulous. The past intake recording days, they are when I used to train live here in the dedicated training room I have here. When I trained live, I would record all of those. So it has 5 full days of training. However, it's the same as what was in the your online intake training day. So, you know, when you're in a live training and somebody asks a question and the teacher kind of goes off in a bit of a bubble and then returns to the topic, the live calls or these past intake recordings, they would include those sorts of little conversations. But I just added them there because some people just like to watch everything, others don't. The private mentoring program, I mentioned the private mentoring program to you. That's where we provide a mentor or an EFT coach for you. You get a couple of sessions with them included in the course. Plus, as I said, they turn up to one of your coaching calls, they come along, they assess, they give you feedback, they watch what you're doing, and they help you to improve on little things. But just sometimes it's a key tweak, or it might be you've just sort of missed something, and they'll give you all of those insights in the call while they're on there with you. The bonus Your Life by Design, it is a free bonus. It is a course that I created, an audio course. I've got it in there for a couple of reasons. Personal development is a big part of this course for everybody. I want you to grow through these courses. I want you to really grow into the person that I know you want to be and need to be to change the world. So including some of these audio programs that I've created for free, A, gives you the personal development, but B, I also want you to see how easy it is for you to create your own online products, because that's my dream for you when you graduate out from us, that you're going to build a business that's not only seeing clients one-on-one, you're also going to be able to build some online courses to get some passive income coming in, to get some leveraged income coming in, which is by group work. And that's why I include some of these courses in here for you as well. So page 2, as I said, there's a lot of things in here. Some of the bonuses are EFT, when I find that it's in the media, when I find it's on TV, it's been on Dr. Jane the Virgin, Doc Martin, all those places. Whenever I find that footage, I pop it in there just so you've got a bit of a memory. The Wisdom of Trauma movie by Dr. Gabriel Maté, I got hold of that as well, so I've put that in there so people can learn from it. Masterclasses with Maggie Adkins. We are so fortunate here at ATI. we have access to Maggie Adkins. Now, Maggie is a founding master of EFT. She was one of the first people that trained with Gary Craig, God, how many years ago? 25 years ago. Helped him with the sort of the development and the creation of a lot of the training that went along. So we are fortunate that we have access to Maggie. We can get information from Maggie. We're about to launch a new monthly training, and it is Ask Maggie, and pick out all those really intricate things out of her brain because she's done it for so long. We've also got a bunch of masterclasses too that Maggie recorded with me so that we can share that with our students as well. What else are in here? Client sessions. Beginning the fundamentals. I really want to teach you how to hold the space. I want to teach you how to ask great questions and then sit silently while the other person opposite you has no choice but to fill the space with their words. I've got a whole lot of information on there on teaching you how to do this, teaching you how to be with your client, teaching you how to get the delivery, teaching you how to do all the stuff that I absolutely want you to be able to do. And it's all around working out how to be the best fit when you get to those client sessions and what to do. EFT Techniques, this is where we start to look at what are the movie technique, what's the sneaking up technique, telling the story, borrowing benefits, tearless trauma, tail enders, tabletops, all those sorts of things that are the tools and the tricks and the little tips that you need to be able to really be effective with students, with clients. That's all in the EFT Techniques. Now, the bonus masterclass recordings, this is any of the bonuses that we have when we have other people come in. We've had some students talk to some things. We had some Canva classes. We have one of our students who was amazing on Instagram. She came and gave us a class. We had another student that did some amazing things with a tabletop technique. When I get the opportunity to record content for you, I do so. I go and get all these classes. The tapping circle. Now, the tapping circle is a 10 modules that I did when I ran Tapping Circles Live. I now have a product that's called How to Run a Successful Tapping Circle. There's a couple of those recordings in here in the school for you to watch. EFT for specific conditions. There is where we start to look at the aspects and the modalities and how you start to break things down that clients may have. Tapping for specific issues, working with phobias, working with addictions, sports performance, business performance, ailments, pain management, all of those parts of working with EFT that sometimes take a deeper conversation, sometimes take a conversation to really break it down for you, particularly as a newbie and as a beginner, so you understand it on a really foundational level so that it doesn't matter what situation you're put into, you get it and you understand it, therefore you can work with it because you haven't just learned it in theory, you've actually learned it in practice and had the how-to ability to be able to put it into practice in a safe environment. And that's what our triads are all about, the ability to be able to come together with other students and practice techniques and tools and tips and stuff like that and put it into practice so that you actually really know what you're doing. That's one of our fundamentals. Personal development program. This is hugely beneficial, hugely valuable. A lot of the stuff will be, some of it will be common knowledge, not necessarily common practice. Some of it will be learning models of behavior that your clients have, understanding the patterning that your clients have, understanding their language, and really helping to move through what the client's got going on rather than just being able to do tapping. I hope that makes some sense. I have a belief that, because when I did my EFT tapping course, it just did not have enough substance for me to build a business, to grow who I was, to do all my own work. All of the things that you'd get if you went to another EFT school and then had to piece together when you graduate and finish, we included here. We included in the course because I know how valuable that is. I mean, one of our students said this was the cheapest therapy she'd ever been in because she did the course, got to do her own work, had someone who would support her while she was doing her own work, and it just flowed beautifully. So the personal development side of this course is really important to me because I know what you guys will do and the changes you'll make in the world when you actually do the work on yourself. It's so important. So this is talking about, I'm straight up, the pitfalls of your coaching journey, how it's going to change your relationships, the self-acceptance, mindset, how do you work that out? Working out what your defining moments are, personal peace procedure, table legs, and having values and having integrity, and for you to start to really step into that coach avatar, to really step into that coaching personality or archetype, whatever your language is for those things. I really want you to step into that and really start to own who you are, own what you want your life to be about, and really embrace that, because I know that you can have it on all levels. I know that you can have it, and I know that I can help you get there. So another part of our program is the Business and Marketing Foundational Program. As I said, we get other people and we get them to come and teach you and train you. We had a bookkeeper come in and do some talks on bookkeeping and how to do it. She set up a spreadsheet for us. We started to look at some masterclasses on elevator pitch and who your ideal client was and how to package your products. We had some stuff on lead magnets, how to create them, what are they? We talked about brand, look, whole bunch of business stuff. I just want your head to be really into your being a business owner, and I want you to step into that archetype of being a business owner by the time you graduate from us. And that's why this series or this module is really jam-packed with information. As you see, I have asked the expert interview series. I even went and interviewed some experts in other fields to do with marketing and systems and branding, all about business, so that you had that information as well. So I said, every time we find something, every time someone asks me a question, says, oh, what do you think of such and such? I'm like, let me go and find out about that and let me add it to the product. It's forever growing. It really is. It's always growing. Next, we get to your coaching toolkit. Your coaching toolkit is where we start to teach you about models of behavior for people. 6 human needs, behavioral stuff, archetypal coaching, identity. Identity is huge. Transforming, helping someone transform their life and not updating their identity of how they see themselves, helps them fall back into old patterns. So we teach you how to do that. Relationship drama cycle. All of the stuff that I know that you want to know as your back-end tools. Don't think of it as a front-end tool for clients. It's a back-end tool. It's where your brain will go and your thinking will happen. The other thing is ethics and legal. So we've got some information on ethics and legal. We've got some information on what you need to be concerned about and can get yourself covered for, and just make sure that you understand what needs to happen with those for an actual business. And the last one is systems and procedures. I talk about creating systems in your business at the early outset, so that when you are big business, when you have got a thriving practice, when you do need to get a space, you need to start delegating and you need to start outsourcing, you've actually got systems and processes in place so you can hand to the other person and go, this is yours now. You can go and look after that. So I'm hoping that gives you a really good overview and insight as to the depth of information that we include, the depth of the training that we provide to you, the amount of hands-on hours that we give you. We know that we've got pretty much the best product in the market. My dream is to have the best EFT life coaching school on the planet, because what that does for you is, in my mind, it gives you the credibility, because when people know you trained with us, they know you've got the skills, they know you've got the tools, they know that you're able to do it, because we graduate you out with those schools. We don't just graduate people because they've paid us. We graduate you out because you've done the work, you've earned the certification, you've earned your stripes, and you know how to do this at an exceptionally high level space. So we would love to welcome you to our advanced certification in EFT and advanced certification in life coaching course. It is a one-stop shop. It is a business in a box. It will graduate you out being able to work with clients on any level of anything and run a business and understand what it takes to be a success when you get there. So I'm going to say goodbye and thank you so much for joining me. It's been wonderful to be able to share my baby with you. And as I said, we look forward to welcoming you soon.